Hi everyone! So today I'm going to show you how to cut kind of the perfect off-the-shoulder t-shirt. So I've messed up a lot of t-shirts in my day because I always cut the hole too big. So I came up with a system to measure the hole that I cut so it's kind of like the perfect fit every time. And the reason I did this was because I took a screen printing class and I printed a whole bunch of t-shirts. They were just like inexpensive, cheap t-shirts that I got from Chinatown. And the first one that I cut, I made the hole so big that it like totally slips off like all the way down to here. Before I cut the rest of my t-shirts, because I spent so much time screen printing them with various designs, I decided I was going to come up with a system to measure the hole so I come up with like a perfect t-shirt every single time. I love the shape of this cut. You can also wear it kind of like off the shoulder like this, which is really cute, or you can switch shoulders, but I usually prefer the shoulder to be bare for whatever reason. So this is one of the t-shirts that I screen printed, and this is just like a little chandelier in like an offsetting pink color. I'm going to show you today how to cut the perfect t-shirt, and the t-shirt that I'm going to show you is this t-shirt. Horse print is something that I made with I believe it was one of the Photoshop brushes that I found online. So this was just like a really easy print to make because I didn't have to draw anything. This t-shirt is from Chinatown again, 5 for $10, so they were $2 a piece, so really, really inexpensive. But still, because I spent so much time at the screen printing workshop to print this t-shirt, I don't want to mess it up. So you may want to start on a t-shirt that you are not crazy about, something that you don't mind ruining, because the first time around your measurements might be a little off depending on, you know, how comfortable you are with measuring and cutting fabric. So I would try this method first on a t-shirt that you do not care about. So do not pick out your favorite t-shirt and do this, because it might turn out okay, but it might not. And I would hate for you guys to ruin your clothing by doing this method. Here is what you're gonna need for this little project. You're gonna need one t-shirt, which you will obviously be cutting up. You'll need a tape measure. You'll also need a pair of scissors and a pen. So first I'm going to show you how to mark and measure your t-shirt. So what you have to do is fold your t-shirt in half, but fold it with the print or the front side facing out. So it doesn't really matter if it's lined up on the bottom, you just want to make sure the neck is lined up. And I'm going to mark the center of the neck where the fold is. And don't worry about making the mark because you're going to cut this part off anyway, so that's just fine. I'm going to go ahead and measure myself to determine how big I need to cut the neck. So I'm going to go ahead and take my measuring tape, and what you want to do is measure from the base of your neck all the way to kind of just below your shoulder. And you want to round down because when you cut your t-shirt, there's going to be a little bit of stretching, and you're also going to give a little bit of leeway. So it's not an exact science, but you just want to round down to a number that's easily divisible by 2. So when you're measuring to the base of your shoulder, you don't want to measure it too low or too high. You just want to go kind of, your shoulders here, maybe like an inch and a half down. So my measurement is about 30 centimeters. So whatever measurement you get, for me it was 30 centimeters, you want to divide that by 2. I'm going to measure from the shoulder of my shirt to the middle. So I just want to make sure it meets up with this little mark that I've previously made. And don't worry if it overlaps on the neckline as it's doing now, because you're gonna cut a circular pattern. So I'm gonna start at 0, and 15 needs to be where this black mark is. So this is fine how I've measured here, and I'm gonna mark the inside of my measuring tape, the 2 spots. And you don't need to measure the other side because, as you will see, we are going to
use this cut as a template to make sure it's even on the other side. I'm gonna make a little cut on the outside of this little black mark. Just a tiny cut. All you really want to do is just go through this seam. And then you're going to go ahead and you're going to cut in a circular motion until you reach this point. It doesn't have to be perfect, so don't spend too much time worrying about how you're cutting. Once you hit the middle, you stop, and then this part that's still attached to the neck area, you want to cut straight across until you're able to fold this flap over. So now that I can fold this flap over, I can use this as a template to cut this side here. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect. You can just kind of eyeball it. Then I'm just gonna snip again through the seam, and then taking only one layer, I'm just gonna meet the other cut that I've started. Okay, so as you can see, I now have a really nice round hole for my neckline. I'm just gonna cut straight across like this. You don't wanna cut down like this because then that's gonna make your neckline way too big. So let's go ahead and basically from the cut that I started, I'm just gonna cut it straight across, taking off the entire old kind of t-shirt collar. So now we're gonna finish off this t-shirt by cutting off the bottom. Now this is a really long t-shirt, so I'm actually gonna cut it, I'm gonna cut it a little bit higher. So normally I would just cut just the hem, but because this t-shirt is so long, I'm actually gonna cut it a bit higher, and then depending on how it sits on me, I might even cut it higher. So I'm just gonna start it here. And now you can cut through both layers and just cut all the way down. And again, it does not have to be perfect. You can see my cut is pretty jagged because my scissors are a little dull, and these are not fabric scissors. So it's actually really forgiving. Okay, so there we go. So I've cut the band off the bottom of my t-shirt, and the next thing I'm gonna do are the sleeves. So for the sleeves, all you wanna do is cut off the hem. And again, it does not have to be perfect. And then I'm gonna cut off the other side as well. And the very, very last step, and this is why you want to round down when you do your initial measurement, is you're going to stretch out all the pieces that you've cut. So the sleeve, you want to just stretch that out. This just gives it a really messy look, and you'll see it start to roll, which is really cute. And if your seam starts ripping a little bit because you've cut the hem, not to worry, it's not a big deal. Just makes it look more distressed and more kind of messy. You also want to do it to the bottom. So the bottom hem that you cut off, you want to stretch that out as well. And you can be very liberal with your stretching. It's fine. It'll turn out nice. And then lastly, the neckline. You want to stretch that out. This is the only area where you want to be a little bit careful. You don't want to overstretch it. So I just kind of tug on it a little more gently than the other two areas. And there you have it. So I'm going to put this on and show you how the shoulder falls, and so you can see that this method will always give you the perfect kind of off the shoulder shirt. Hey guys, so here I am wearing my newly cut shirt. The length, actually, I really like. I think it's just fine. This t-shirt is a little bit smaller than the other shirt in terms of like just the fit around the middle, But you can use the same measurement literally for every single t-shirt that you have, because the bottom fit is not going to be impacted by how much you cut off at the shoulder area. So as you can see, this is like the perfect off the shoulder shirt for me because it doesn't go down too low and there's enough shoulder sticking out. It's not like up high like this. So again, you can also wear the shirt like this, which I find is totally cute as well. And you can also change the shoulder if that's to your liking. Hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Good luck with your t-shirts. If you do end up trying this out, please let me know how it worked for you. Hopefully there will be, fingers crossed, no ruined t-shirts ever again. Once you get the hang of it and once you get the measurement down, it's literally foolproof. And I won't need to measure myself again either because the 30 centimeter measurement likely is not going to change that much over time. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions, please do leave me a comment. I try to respond pretty quickly to those. And until I see you again, please take care and bye for now.